Hello everyone and welcome to another unit review, and today we're going to be talking about Beryl. And since Beryl is the one we're talking about, of course, we are just brought here together by the cuddliest and nicest to me, not necessarily to you. Don't make fun of Cryptic. He will come get you in your sleep. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow night, but eventually. So let's talk about Beryl, shall we? Beryl is, to say the least, a interesting unit, and sorry to say I don't have him at a 7-star yet. I just don't have the resources to do it, strangely enough. But yes, looking at Beryl, I have to say that I'm quite a big fan of the type of unit Beryl is. Beryl is kind of this weird, interesting little unit that doesn't really fall into a lot of categories. On the JP side right now, something that is starting to become apparent is units are starting to become a little bit different, and their roles are starting to become a little more mixed. Looking tonight at Galoof, who will be added to the game very shortly, he's an interesting physical tank that also is able to imbue, do damage, and has W casting, which is different for the JP side, to say the least. To look at Beryl, Beryl has just kind of a whole bunch of different moves that are really, feel very interesting. And yes, I know on the global side there are quite a few different magic tanks, but let's talk about Beryl. First of all, Beryl stats seem pretty good, excuse me. I just ate some chocolate-covered almonds before this, and a bit of almonds stuck in my throat. Anyway, Beryl has some pretty nice stats, good amount of HP, good defense, isn't super great. Spirit 213 base in a 7-star form, it's pretty good. Extra 50 points put in across the board doesn't really make Beryl a very specifically great unit. It makes Beryl kind of this interesting unit, to say the least. So cuddly and broody. Anyway. So Beryl stat-wise isn't anything, I think, super incredible in terms of the game. Beryl's kit kind of is a little bit of all over the place. I guess we should talk about TMR first. TMR, HP plus 20%, Magic and Spirit plus 30%. Pretty nice little thing, especially for some Magic Spirit hybrids. Take Citra, for example. This isn't necessarily a bad one to have on any of them, or on any healer, almost, since magic is kind of factored in, at least this is the way I've been explained it in the past. Since curing is based somewhat on magic as well as spirit, this isn't a bad TMR at all. Kind of actually really like it as a support one. Now, for Beryl's super TMR, which is Fallen Angel, a dagger, 10 attack, 142 magic, 142 spirit, light and dark resistance 40%, and gives Sins of the Father, which increases magic 50% when single wielding. So some true dual hand magic is kind of interesting on Beryl. Beryl being a kind of multi-purpose unit that uses both the magic and spirit stat. This is pretty good. I really like the super TMR, as a matter of fact. It's kind of a cool little dagger, and it's a Tonberry dagger, and Tonberry daggers are awesome, to say the least. So what is the things that I like about in Beryl's kit? Well, being able to provoke the enemy is kind of nice, especially on a little bit more of a tankier unit. And Beryl's first ability is just an ability that kind of provokes the enemy, and you then, give some damage mitigation from, 3 turns. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice little combo to have. And since the counters that Beryl has are also pretty cool, one being able to restore some HP, the other being able to do some damage to the enemy. I like both of them, and Beryl does have a way to increase the chance of those counters proccing, so that's pretty good too. Being able to debuff the enemy, well, single enemy in both Exposed Guilt and Exposed Sins, paint it black and bathed in light, gives some elemental protection to all allies for multiple turns, of 2 very valuable elements, I should say, too, light and darkness. Being able to buff and refresh MP is one thing that Beryl does have, which is in Heaven's mode, which is somewhere in here. Where was it? Ah, there it is. And also activates a skill called Seraphic Call, which we'll talk a little bit later. But getting into the 6-star kit, you have some more chaining abilities, change with Octo Slash, Divine Ruination, and also having the ability on the Divine Ruination ability to debuff light resistance by 60%. That one, where, oh shoot, my emulator's right into the blocking it. There it is. Pretty nice. I do miss the not having all the details on screen. That's kind of nice. Total Eclipse, being able to protect the party from magic damage, 50 to 70% chance, or 50 to 70% damage mitigation, 80% chance to protect all allies. Pretty solid little ability. And in the 7-star, the abilities I basically can't show off yet. Should say that also Heaven's Judgment has magic stacking damage, which is a nice thing into the future. Heaven Ye Not Guilty, which chains with the Chaos Wave and also has damage stacking, and has multiple cooldown abilities: Born to Die, Hell Mode, Steel, Attack, Defense, and Magic and Spirit, and Elemental Imperil from all allies, except caster, mitigate damage for 2 turns to all allies, except caster, auto revive 100% for 1 turn to the caster, sacrifice caster to recover HP and MP to all allies. So it's a pretty good little support ability. Born to Die Heaven Mode, light damage to all enemies, decrease light resistance of 100% for 4 turns to all enemies. So again, Beryl seems to be really good in a light focused damage party. Yeah, Cryptic agrees. Anyway, then gives auto revive, or nope, sorry, reading the, oh no, I'm not. Decrease defense and spirit for 4 turns to all enemies. Auto revive 100% for 1 turn to the caster. Sacrifice caster to recover HP and MP of 20%. So these are kind of unique abilities. Basically, you know, recover some HP and MP to your allies. Just give some general good support. Being able to remove debuffs on your party. I think they're really cool. Obviously, 6-turn cooldown, available turn 6, little bit slow, but it seems okay. Seraphic install Hell Mode gives a mitigate magic damage taken by 90%. Reminds me of Awaken Rain, as well as CG Segheart, though not available on the global side yet. And Seraphic install Heaven Mode, remove all buffs from the caster, increase magic 200% for 3 turns to the caster, increase limit versus fill rate, and enables skills for 3 turns: Seraphic Redemption and Seraphic, oh, I guess it's Seraphic. It's okay. You guys love correcting, so got to give you something to have some fun with, right? And Seraphic Call. Now, of course, the counters are super nice. Cast in the Name of God, 10% MP recovery per turn. Increase physical and magic damage against humans. That's pretty good, seeing how there's quite a few human enemies into the future. Heart of a Tonberry, so Saints, some buffs, increase that counter chance. Equipping a dagger and equipping only 1 weapon seems best, as you get some true dual hand magic, which is what I always call it, magic and its spirit bonuses. Rhythm at the start of fight, and in the 7-star, equipping his own TMR, her, I haven't looked yet. Time to finally find out this answer. There we go. Gender, other. Okay, well, I guess it's up for debate. We can say whatever we want. Although Cryptic says, I guess, go. So anyway, HP and MP, increased evasion 30%, light resistance and dark resistance of 30%, and immunity to stop, which I actually really, really like. Then just some extra MP, some extra magic and spirit, which is great when equipped with a robe, and increase some modifiers for a couple of Beryl attacks. So yeah, Beryl I really, really like. I like the counters on it. The counters seem, you know, pretty damn good. And activating either Seraphic, god damn it, or Seraphic Redemption or Call basically allows Beryl to use either multiple different attacks in 8 turns, so it gives, you know, some multicasting. So it's pretty good. And last I haven't talked about is the Limit Burst Final Doink, which we'll probably a better name that somebody could have thought of for that, but I guess it's kind of smart. Anyway, it is a decrease of stats for 74% all stats for 3 turns to 1 enemy, and some magic damage at a 15.3 times mod. I gotta say, Beryl's kind of a weird kit, but an awesome kit. You gotta be careful when you're criticizing a Tonberry, you guys, and you have a Tonberry beside you, because Tonberries are amazing. What I meant to say is that Beryl is absolutely amazing. All of you should be getting Beryl. If you don't get Beryl, there is something terribly wrong with you. So yeah, Beryl is absolutely perfect. Happy? Good. But yeah, anyway, I really like Beryl's kit. Beryl's kit is kind of weird and different, and that's usually more exciting. I definitely like the chaining abilities that Beryl does have, based on the magic stat, is a little not super. I mean, Beryl has a pretty good magic stat, but not really a specialty in magic or spirit, isn't super great. Equipment selection does feel pretty damn limited, and basically puts you towards a dagger, particularly the Super TMR dagger. If not that, then you could probably have Ignis's Super TMR dagger to get some extra magic. But honestly, Beryl feels kind of like a mix between a damage dealer, a support unit, as well as just being able to do some cool different tricks. So yeah, I actually really love Beryl. I love Beryl for, you know, just Beryl. Like, it's a cool Tonberry. It was made by a specific person, which I actually still have this infographic of. Because in the last video, I failed to mention, Beryl was designed by Soul Carl, and I think I'm pronouncing that right, and Illustratus was illustrated by Groovy. Congratulations to both of you getting your units in the game. Beryl, definitely one of my favorite global exclusives, just for being a little weird. How powerful Beryl is, I don't know. I haven't tested and I don't have the best equipment set up. But with some damage stacking, as well as based on magic instead of physical, magic chainers always have a little bit of an advantage, because most of the time enemy stats are weaker when it comes to magic than it is to physical, so in terms of defensive capabilities. So yeah, I think Beryl is plenty good, an interesting little magic tank with some good survivability options, and in general, it's a Tonberry. You should all respect the Tonberry. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Oh wait, I guess I should talk a little bit about this. So currently I'm actually going to be going live about the time that this video goes live tonight. This video is the first of the Brave Exvius videos on the global side that I'm doing with my global account. Now I should qualify a couple of things. First of all, I am not going to spend money on this account, or at least let me put it a different way, because earlier today when I was getting ready to do a whole bunch of different stuff, something went horribly wrong, and I was just clicking through some stuff, and somehow I kind of purchased the early bundle kit, which is about $2. So I guess I can't say I'm free to play anymore, but Anyway, I should qualify this a little bit. I am not preserving this with Facebook Connect. This account is basically a free-to-play account where I am not spending money on it. I'm not taking it super seriously, and is basically going to be kind of a free-to-play project where I'm not going to be spending any money on it, and I'm going to see how well I do on the global side getting caught up with stuff. Obviously, I've had a pretty good run so far. I should qualify or tell you a little bit about exactly what I have done so far. Basically, I did the welcome pulls, both of the 2 free 11s. I re-rolled a bit, and I ended up getting 3 rainbows. I got Beryl, I got Regalia, and I got Lauren, and that was a pretty good start, I felt, to my account. Getting Lightning as a free unit, that tells you exactly where I am in the story, basically. Also my 2 summons that I have right now. And recently, I've been just building up Lapis to try and get through 1 full run of the Step Up for Beryl. Because I would like to try and get a second Beryl, or maybe an Ellis-Virus, just so I can have an Ellis-Virus. Because I'm not super stressed out about getting 7 stars or anything like that, getting caught up really fast. So currently I'm about step 3, ready to do that. We'll be doing that live tonight and see how that goes. But yeah, this is kind of a surprise, probably for some people. I've been really adamant on not doing the global side for a while. And to this point, this is not going to be a super serious account. I'm not min-maxing anything. I'm not doing anything like that. And so that is basically kind of where I am right now. I will be making a specific video to talk about another thing that is going on with me, which is about Regalia Lost. Regalia Lost is a game that I have been playing, and I will continue to be playing. I will also be doing still some streams with people, at some point during the week. But one thing I am not doing anymore is I am not spending any more money on Regalia Lost. Regalia Lost has kind of worn out some of its good welcome with me just because of the worm print issue. Basically, the gacha system is kind of ticked me off, and I'm just not interested in spending money on it anymore. So yeah, that is definitely a problem that I am having with Regalia Lost right now. And I am just, while I will continue to play, I am continuing to play the game because I still enjoy the game quite a bit. My feelings towards it have soured a little bit. And the other problem is that it's not a very interesting game to do analysis for. In Brave Exvius, there's a lot of statistics, there's a lot of numbers game that you can play, and that makes essentially doing Brave Exvius pretty interesting for the most part. The one thing that I am not a super big fan of is Regalia Lost power creep is just kind of weird. It's really hard to tell when something is overpowered or underpowered, and basically something that I've come across in Regalia Lost is that it is just really, really difficult to comment on a lot of the units other than being, well, it's a water event, so get a frickin' wind character. And even then, it's really hard to really be that excited about the 5-star characters other than the cool rareness of them. Probably the most difficult part about it to be super interested in those characters is that 4-star characters can be a really good alternative, meaning that it's just not that interesting to go super hard for these characters. But yeah, we want to show off a little bit of Beryl, so sorry for that little interlude, but there are some things that are obviously going to be a little bit different going forward with the channel in the future. There's that nice little shadow counter, pretty strong. But yeah, I am actually a still a big fan of Regalia Lost, and I am definitely, while I am going to be enjoying Brave Exvius into the future, well, how to just say this? Whoops, well, we can always do another run in a second here. When I've been doing a lot of the more recent videos with some of the global side content, because global side it does have a bigger English-speaking fan base that is, a potential for me growing my YouTube channel. The other thing for me to consider is that it's kind of not so interesting not having anything on screen. The JP side does let me get some information and does let me show off some stuff. But if I really want to do reviews, I thought it would be a good thing to at least have the global side so I can show and talk about the banners in-game. With that being said, I'm just not going to go super serious on this. Obviously, rank 22 in a couple of days is kind of because I wanted to have something ready for live streaming on this coming week. And I thought it would be, something exciting for all of you guys. So yeah, that is basically the video. I quite like Beryl a lot. Beryl, I think, is the better of the two on this banner. Is it super necessary? No, probably not. Do I really like both of them? Well, we'll talk about Ellispears some other time. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And by the way, I do realize, yes, I got very lucky and got a Fravia. Wouldn't that have been nice for the Fravia review? Well, people complained about the microphones thing, so maybe I'll do it again. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.